Morning, sports fans. Let's kick it off with some football news in the Premier League from some midweek results on Tuesday evening. We had, of course, Brighton and Chelsea playing to a 1-1 draw. Two matches on Wednesday evening. Brentford 1, Man United 3, and an absolutely humdinger of a match between Leicester City and Spurs, with Spurs scoring 2 goals in extra time, winning it 3-2. In fixtures to look forward to, selected fixtures that is this weekend. Coming up this evening at 10 p.m, it's Watford against Norwich City. On Saturday at 2:30, it's Everton against Aston Villa. And matches kicking off at 5 p.m, it's Man United against West Ham. And another one to look forward to at 5 p.m, it's Leeds against Newcastle United. In the late game, it's Southampton against Man City. In matches on Sunday, quite a few kicking off at 4 p.m, it's firstly Crystal Palace against Liverpool, Arsenal against Burnley, and Leicester host Brighton. In the late game on Sunday, it's Chelsea against Spurs. Moving to some rugby news now, and the Currie Cup back in full swing from Wednesday evening, and the South Sea Sharks kicked off their Colin Currie Cup campaign with a hard-fought 24-23 win over the Tafellager Griquas in a rainy Hollywood Bets in Durban on Wednesday. The hosts had to hold out in a nervy finish after a second-half red card reduced them to 14 men, while ill discipline and handling errors kept things in a stop-start nature throughout the match. The Griquas were left to rue a number of missed penalty kicks in the first half that might have changed the complexion of the match completely, as the Sharks slowly built their lead through the second 40 despite being a man down. In other results from Wednesday evening's matches, the Lions going down to the Pumas 50 points to 9, and Western Province 21, the Bulls 40. And the focus for this weekend now shifts to United Rugby Championship, in matches coming up tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Lions against the Sharks, and at 5:05 the Bulls host the Stormers. And moving to some cricket news now, in case you missed it on Wednesday, the magnificent centuries by Themba Bavuma and Rassie van der Dussen led South Africa to ultimately a comfortable victory by 31 runs over India in the first ODI at Boland Park in Paarl on Wednesday. In matches to look forward to coming up a little bit later today at 10:30, it's a second ODI between the Proteas and India, and they end their tour off at Newlands on Sunday, also starting at 10:30. In some golf to look forward to this weekend, in the US PGA Tour, we have the American Express, and the DP World Tour. Also getting underway this weekend is the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship. And finally, something to look forward to in the world of tennis, the Australian Open. Much talked about Australian Open with Novak Djokovic, but still in full swing there down under. I'm Matt Williams for Good Morning North Coast Sport. You have yourself an awesome sporting weekend, and we'll catch you back next week. In fact, not next week. Coming up right now, sitting next to me on the hot seat, we have the head coach and director of rugby at the Ballito Dolphins Rugby Club, Mr. Craig Dawson. Morning, Craig.
Hey, Matt, you well?
Yes, I'm awesome. I don't really want to talk too much about what happened with the Sharks on Wednesday evening, but we want to learn more about some local rugby, and Craig is here to shine the spotlight on the Ballito Dolphins, really doing an awesome job here on the North Coast. And Craig, if you could first maybe just tell our viewers a little bit more about yourself and your background in terms of rugby, playing and then coaching now.
Yeah, Matt, thanks. From a personal point of view, been involved in rugby basically, well, since, like most people, since I could run and kick a ball. Played at school, then obviously went and played a little bit in the UK for 4 years as a, well, certainly not a fly-off, but as a, as a front ranker. And then my wife decided that the weather was too much, so we headed back this side, and then got re-involved at St. Albans private school in Victoria. Yes, my son was attending, and I was coaching there for about 4 years. Was really happy to be involved, and a number of the kids that I was involved with have become Springboks and provincial players, so that's been fantastic. And then about 8 years ago, we decided to move down to the coast, and I had the misfortune or fortune of meeting Mark Svenningsson. And the rest is history. So from there, Mark asked me to get involved with the rugby from a coaching point of view and to drive the club. And you probably know it's been split into two sort of groups. We've got the juniors, yes, and then we've got the seniors. And the juniors are really the backbone of the club going forward. Before COVID struck, we had a very, very strong junior section. And now it's starting again, I think, on the 4th of February at Ashton. Mm-hmm. It's every Friday evening. The guys train, I think, from 5:30 till about 6:30, 7:00.
Just the juniors at this stage?
Just the juniors, yeah. And that's from under 6 to under 11.
Okay.
And that's just great fun. You know, it's great to get the kids out there, from some who can catch a ball, some who can't.
Yeah.
Especially the kids from the disadvantaged areas. You know, it's a massive outing for them.
Get them involved in the game.
Yeah, and it's just to see them running around and kicking a ball, it's, you know, they're not on playing TV games as such.
Getting out
And
there,
then,
getting
yeah,
active.
and then Sunday's match day, and that's, you know, it's at a single venue, and you have over 2,000
Oh, wow.
people attending, and
Sure.
it's just an awesome day out for the family, and just to watch your kids running around barefoot with a scrum cap on, not knowing what they're doing, but just having a blast. So that's really important, and Ashton has been really, really
Oh, that's awesome. They're
influential in
supportive,
letting us, massively. So a big shout out to them.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So yeah, it's a very, very big part of our, because, you know, we get the community involved, the parents get involved, and it's something we really want to drive hard.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously we got the senior section.
Yes.
And I'm not going to lie to you, that's been a struggle.
Really?
Yeah, if you look at the talent pool in Belita, I mean, it's massive. But, you know, due to our facilities, you know, we don't have, like every other club, municipal grounds where
Yes.
they've got lights, training fields, pub, you know.
Is that ultimately the biggest challenge for you? You've got the
100%.
player base, it's just about having a central venue.
Absolutely. You know, if you look where we started at the North Coast Bowling Green,
Oh, wow.
that's actually where we used to practice, on the bowling green.
Sure, but how's that?
And then we moved to Sugar Rush, and we had the rugby field there, but there was a little slope there,
Yes.
and we used to park our cars on the top, then put our
Oh,
lights
wow.
on,
How's
just
that?
so we could train. So a lot of folks don't realize, you know, the effort that
That
the
you
guys
guys
have
have gone
put
to,
in
yes.
just to get out there and play rugby.
Yes.
So it's really been tough for us. At the moment, we're training at Maidstone.
Okay.
Again, fantastic match day facilities, but to train at night,
It's just not central and there's no lights.
and the lighting is, so you've got, in 40 square meters, you've got 30, 40 guys.
Sure, but
So, you know, we're a community club. We're trying
Yes.
to get the community involved behind us.
yes.
We're doing a massive amount in terms of bringing the disadvantaged kids up and communities. So, you know, from Mandini to Sharkers, trying to get the guys to training, but then its transport becomes an issue.
Yeah.
So you'll start off with 60 guys at practice,
Sure.
and that whittles down to 30, 40 purely
because of
because,
Transport challenges and
and to be fair, you know, the more senior structured or players that can go that step further, because of the training facilities, they'd rather go and play seconds and thirds for a Rovers, Collegians, whatever the case may be.
I see.
So we lose a massive amount of our talent pool. But in saying that, you know, we've got the loyal guys as well. We've had a massive sponsor with RMC. We've been integral, you know, to the success of what we're doing and helping with the transport. You know, we've had the legend of Paul Herbst from IPSS.
Yeah.
You know, he's always there for us, helping us.
That's
and
awesome.
then, yeah, we had an anonymous donor. He doesn't want to be
Be
mentioned. That really helped us with the transport. That basically was helping the kids that couldn't get to practice.
Yeah.
And that's a massive thing for us. You know, everybody's thinking it's just about the rugby.
Yeah. It's
But
much more than that.
It's
yeah.
much more than that.
Community.
It's, absolutely, and it's getting these kids and giving them an opportunity.
Yeah.
For a perfect example, there's a youngster called Michele. He's playing for the Blue Bulls now.
Yeah.
And I first met him. He came from a little shack in Sharkers Kraal.
Wow.
A monster of a man, and just because the club believed in him so much and we worked with him, he's gone through the ranks, is now playing for the Blue Bulls.
Sure. It's amazing.
So, you know, if we can change the life of one kid, you know, and
How many other lives could you change
Yeah.
and influence? Yeah.
and if you look at it, what we've done, how many guys have gone on to run their own little businesses or
Wow.
have developed. So, you know, we're not just playing rugby, we're out there to change lives, and especially those kids that are coming through that have had nothing. You know, at the end of the season, a lot of them come, what do we do now?
Yeah.
You know, we've got nothing to do, now we're back on the streets where rugby gave them a purpose.
Sure.
And it's so sad to see that now, you know, we don't have that community involvement. So a lot of these youngsters sort of fall by the wayside again. So it is a tricky situation, but, you know.
Yeah, so sort of in closing, Craig, we're running out a bit of time. I know you and I, we said off air that we
talk
could sit
forever,
here and talk
separate the
rugby all
lines,
day.
yeah.
But yeah, if anyone out there that's watching, or maybe business owners in the community, if they'd like to get involved, how can they get hold of you guys? How can they follow you? Social media or any way they can contact you?
Yeah, we're on Facebook. Social media, they can contact myself or Mark Swenningson, who's the chairman. We just need some support. We're losing so many guys to the other clubs due to facilities. All we need is a little bit of help and get the community involved. And I promise you, you know, you'll see a very different club.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure.
we will get back to winning ways again. But, you know, without the community, it's going to be this dogged affair, every week in and week out as we grow.
I
So
understand.
yeah, so please, anybody listening,
Get involved.
we get involved.
Cool. So if you are watching out there, guys, and you love the game of rugby or just want to get involved in your community, please don't hesitate to get involved and look up the guys at the Belito Rugby Club or the rugby team and contact Craig and Mark and their team. We really hope you can get involved. Thanks so much for joining us, Craig, and we hope you have awesome rugby season to come.
Yeah, thanks, mate. As long as the Lions do well, then we'll all be happy.
Me, the Sharks. But yeah, anyway, we could sit here and talk rugby all day, as we mentioned. We're going to pop off to a quick commercial break and back over to Zoe after this.